Welcome back to our show once again. My name is Mrs. Augustina Anyanwutina, and have me welcome my friend
glorynezemma. Welcome back to our sweet home Africa. It's always a pleasure to have you as our viewer. All right, so today we have another topic. Our topic today is, why are Africans heading out of Africa? Africans. I thought we were born in paradise. We have everything. We have all the natural resources in the whole world. But it looks like Africans are heading out of Africa. All right, so that's why, my friend, and we are here today, once again, to give you a little insight in terms of what we know, why Africans are heading out, and then offer simple advice like we usually do to guide our people and the government. My dear friend.
My dear.
I know you headed out of Africa yourself too.
Yes, I sure did. I was coming to meet my husband.
Oh, okay.
It's not like I wasn't okay back home, but I had to come and meet my sweetheart.
So why are we having mass exodus out of Africa? Both the old, the young, everyone. I mean, people are trying to leave the continent. Why?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe we are looking for quote unquote greener pastures. And on looking that, we are going because we think what is over there is better quality, better everything, better good road, better food, better employment than in Africa. You understand? And better security, electricity, 24 hours a day. In short, I think as we are looking for finished product. So what do you think?
Okay, I like what you said.
Yeah, that's
what you said is beautiful.
Everybody have a different reason.
In a nutshell, what you said is, is gorgeous.
Okay.
But let's think a little bit deeper. Okay. Why are we leaving Africa?
I don't know.
And unfortunately, what I heard, from other people is that
Why did you leave Africa?
Why did I leave Africa?
Yeah.
For the same reason that you left Africa.
Oh, okay.
That's a good answer.
Okay. Yes, it's a good answer. Yes.
All right. So, on a serious note, let's brainstorm and think of why our people are leaving. Because I call Africa paradise.
Yes.
When you have a continent that have gold, diamond, silver, this is just to name a few. Why would we leave a paradise and then come out to start struggling and work 24 hours to make ends meet? So it's something that many of us need to, sit down and think.
Yes, you're right.
Why are we doing this? Why are we leaving a place that was so comfortable? A place that we can just go to our backyard and get what we need in terms of vegetables and everything. And we're all coming here, working. Many of us are working 24 hours and do not even rest at all. This is something for everyone to think about.
That's right.
So, my dear friend.
My dear.
On a serious note again.
Yeah.
I think Africans are leaving because we're not seeing what we have. We're not appreciating what we have. We're not even embracing who we are. We believe that what somebody else have is better than what we have. So this is what we have to look into.
I think you are right. And most of us watch all those fake movies because in Africa, we bring out our dirt outside. Africa is bad. Africa is having flood. Over here, we are here in the diaspora. We have flood here. So when I came here new, I saw the homeless people. It was a shock that people live in homeless places because that's not the place I see on the news or in the newspaper, because you see people living fine, people happy, husband and wife running back and forth. I had my own expectations coming here, but when I came here, reality hit. That's when I realized that we actually do not know and appreciate what we have.
Exactly.
At least, like you said, we have natural resources. We have caring neighbors. You have neighbors. You can live in peace. You can go to work and come back and don't go kill yourself. Over here, 24 hours job. And they still not enough. Everything you do, you have to pay. You go to the bathroom, you pay. So, but we don't know all those things unless when you come here, then it will hit you. So, in a nutshell, we have to start appreciating what we have. We have to learn that there are so many things, especially in this mineral resources industry, we can use it to make Africa, to sustain either your own state or your own country. You use what you have to produce and export it in order to make your place good, in order to make your road good, in order to have light 24 hours a day. And then eventually, if we sit home, use our know-how, we're going to make our place better. By then, we won't be going to foreign land to look for joy or look for comfortable living.
Okay. I love what you said, but actually what came to my mind is this. It goes back to our government. Because when you look at it, with unemployment that we have in Africa, actually that's one of the driving forces. I mean, things that are driving people to leave Africa. Because our government, I remember when we were very small, what they used to do is that they will import, let's say for example, they will import yarn. And then the companies will be in Africa, and then the youth will start weaving and doing things with the yarn. They will import parts of, like motor parts.
Okay, yeah, motor parts.
Things to make vehicles. They will import the parts, not the already made vehicle. And then they will bring those things back home, so people will start assembling the everything and then make cars and everything. So it looks like we started importing finished products instead of the raw products. So we killed industries, we killed everything in Africa, and then our youths, now they're coming out to chase the finished products. So once again, we live over here, that all the raw materials, if I can say all, that are used for products outside Africa, they're mostly imported from Africa. So our people, why don't we sit back and see, think deep and see what we have? Because if people are coming over there and taking those things, like let's say cocoa, they're taking it and they're bringing it out here to make chocolates. Why can't we? Because what I tell people is that if you sit down and say, this is what I want to do, God will give you an idea. You will even know how to boil that cocoa. If it means to crush it and then use it to make tea or make something, you will have an idea of what to do. But if we keep on thinking of, I want to run out, we don't sit down to think of what we have to do with what God has given us. Because the irony of it is that foreigners are coming to Africa. Why Africans are heading out of Africa? Which is so confusing, because if our place is as bad as people think or portray, the image that they portray about Africa, why would others be coming to Africa to do business in Africa? Why Africans are leaving?
That's food for thought.
So I think we really have to sit down, because what you're looking for outside is, once again, it's a place that they made their beds already, but we have to learn how to make our beds in Africa.
That's right.
Whatever we have, even if it is small, start small, little by little, you can expand it into something. If it is cassava, you can start making cassava chips. You can start making cassava something. Whatever you can do with the products that we have, because this is what people are using to make things outside. So why can't we sit down and do it and create employment for our people? And our government, we talked about it over and over. You come over here to go to the hospital. You come over here to buy cars when people make cars in Africa. You come over here to buy fabrics when people weave clothes in Africa. It's almost everything that we make in Africa, you come over here to buy it. And what you're doing is you're crushing the ones that have business in Africa because you're not giving them opportunity to grow. So these are some of the reasons that we believe that our people are leaving the country. Because if we can concentrate on things that we have, appreciate what we have, and then expand, especially our government, help the local traders, help the business people that are bringing out local products so that they can grow. Because once you bring like the foreign ones, you crush them. I'm not saying you shouldn't do business, but this is a growing continent. Let me use this word. We are growing. I know we're developing. So you have to allow us to grow, because if you keep on bringing the giants, then the giants are crushing the ones that are still trying to grow. That's my point.
My dear, you're all right. You said the truth. What I'm saying on my own, now we are still on the government side, is government have to provide the necessary amenities. Government have to pay the workers too, because if they, even let's say the workers want to do their job, especially when it comes to extracting minerals, are they going to be paid according to the job they did? Or because they pay every month? Paying monthly is as hard as it is, because by the 15th, a lot of people don't have money left. So it's as rough as it is. Talk about when somebody owe you 3 months. That's one of the reasons why the professionals have to go out. Not only that wherever they going, which is unknown to them, they prefer, even if you want to pay them $1, give it to them at the right time. The government, I don't know actually what they mean when it's like, oh, they traveled. They didn't travel with people's stomach. They travel on their own. They went for healthcare on their own. Relieve workers' salary, so that they will get paid whether you are around or not. Not to owe somebody 3 months, you give them 1. That's one of the reasons why our own professionals are leaving the country.
Exactly.
So another thing why they're leaving, especially the doctors. You saw the Great Migration the other time, because they think even those that are working, they don't have, the environment is so horrible for them. You're working in a government hospital, there are no medication. The light will be off, and then people need this medication, they don't have it. And when you even finish, you won't get paid at the end of the month. A boy's hand to pay your workers. Give them the necessary materials to do the work, so they will be able to provide the finished product will be plenty, and everybody will be happy at the end of it. Not to give them haphazard some mess for them to do a better job. It will not be like that. Exactly. So we go back to government, and we go back to some of our wealthy people that have factories, have industries. Pay your workers on time, because that's why they live in. And the people are suffering outside the country because they have their homes already where they can live. Over here is pay. And then they don't mind paying because they're going to get paid. So let's bring our people home. Let's start treating people that are working for us. Let's treat them right. People sell their lands to go to school. When they finish, they carry folder from one place to another. And they're not getting hired. So we don't know the reason, other than we have to go back to the government to make sure that the individuals have job after they go to 4 years of school. They need a job. My dear.
Thank you so much, my friend. I love what you said. So let me go towards security. Going back to our government again, because this time is the government. I know a lot of youths, many of them would like to stay in Africa. A lot of people, even older ones, would like to stay in Africa. But the problem is that the insecurity of life in Africa is making a lot of people leave. And going back to our government, we talked about it before in terms of the kidnappers, the armed robbers, and everyone that are terrorizing the environment. What you do is that once you leave people unemployed, you are really creating such a chaotic environment, because the youths, they don't have any source of income. So many of them go into these dubious lifestyles. So what you could do with the youths, Once again, I know we keep on saying create employment, create employment. I know some people say give them loans. You could give them loans so that they can start business. And you can put them into trade schools. And then another thing that actually I wanted to point to is towards the oil refinery. And then all the mineral resources, gold, diamond. I mean, a lot of countries in Africa have so many natural and mineral resources. And then you watch the sheep go into those local areas, take the raw material, take the gold, take the diamond, and then you see them going through the sea. And then these youths are in those villages and they're watching. These are things that belong to them. You carry it like that, they dig it, and then you put it in a sheep and it's coming out. Be in their shoes. I know we call them kidnappers. We call them terrorists. We call them all the names that we can call them. Be in their shoes. If somebody comes to your house, take what belongs to you and then take it away, and it's not even benefiting you. And unfortunately, actually, there's some areas, like we said, that they mine the gold and then they refine the oil and it destroys their vegetation. So not only are they losing, the little land that they have to cultivate is destroyed. And then you turn around and you said, oh, they're kidnappers, they're armed robbers, they're this, they're this, they're this. So you are creating that. What you could do, tell the the companies that are coming there to take the diamond, to take the gold, to take the silver, to take the oil, tell them to build industries there where those things can be refined or processed. So that when you build those industries there, because think of it, they're taking the raw materials out. So they're taking it to companies out there, which is creating job for their own people.
That's right.
So if those things are refined or processed in our place, what is it going to do? It's going to create employment for those youths that you're calling kidnappers and armed robbers. Because once again, I know I said it in another episode, yes, you might have kidnappers, group of kidnappers and group of armed robbers, but if it is 20 of them, it could be 2 that are real armed robbers. The other ones are young ones that they recruited. So if we can get these young ones out and then put them in, to work in these industries and everywhere, you will have less criminals.
You're right.
In your country. So tell those people that are coming there to take those things in a ship and start going, oh, it's the pirates. That's what, the youths, they become pirates and then they chase the sheep. So tell them, please don't take the raw material. Like I said, build a company there and then create job for the youths. Then we won't have a lot of pirates. We won't have a lot of kidnappers. And we won't have a lot of armed robbers in Africa. And then people will come back, the ones that are outside. And then the ones that are there will not try to flee the continent. That's what I wanted to say about security,
You're
my
right,
friend.
My friend, you're right. Security is so important. Especially for the indigents, actually. So government will call you again to start holding people accountable for their crimes. We hear about somebody being, you capture this person, this person is kidnapping, and those little children that you capture, according to what you display, because I think they like to display them, there must be their boss behind them, because they don't even look like, they will tell you they collected 5 million, 20 million. You look at them, it look like they're starving. So if government can hold the real criminals accountable, the security will be a little bit tighter. Let the government, nobody, this bribe we're talking about, hold people accountable. Let those little ones, interview them separately. They will tell you exactly who the real criminal behind them is. They're using them as if they're doing something. Those are not the real criminals. Those are little children that were lured into that because of peanut change.
Exactly.
Look at them. They're not even eating. Look
they
at
don't have slippers. They don't have good clothes.
And they have a gun. Where did they get it? They don't even have money. They don't have a house. But they're collecting millions from people, killing innocent human beings because they have a car, or you want them to bring money. Their family took them 24 hours before they raise up 1 million, 2 million, 10 million. And then you come and parade them. You are not doing, there's no justice there.
That's true.
Interview them separately. 1 or 2 of them must surely tell you who the real criminal is. Because if those children are the real kidnappers, kidnapping would have stopped.
That's true.
Because their godfather or their godmother is somewhere else. Let government provide security so that people outside will come back. So that people that want to go out, they might think twice before they think about going out. Because it's expensive to go out too.
That's true.
And then those who have the money to establish industries and factories are not going to be scared driving their car wherever their job or their business is, because that's the people they target. They will take them. People come home, they're not safe, even if they build a house, because somebody is coming to pick you up. So government, fall back on your doorposts. Do something. Our people want to come home. We are not going to reside in outside our own country for the rest of our lives. Please. So that students, people will not be dying in the desert. People will not be dying in the ocean. People will not be in jail for the rest of their life, because a lot of our people are in jail because they are going to another country illegally. Somebody deceived them. So please, let's stop this mass exodus.
Exactly.
Let's bring our people home. It's high time all of us come home.
Okay, and thank you. You know, my friend, there's something that came out actually while you were talking. I'll talk about the engineers, and then, but before I talk about the engineers, let me talk to the rich people in Africa, the politicians, and all the wealthy ones in Africa. Many of them actually, their children are outside, and everybody's like, oh my God, my son is overseas, my daughter is overseas. But unfortunately, when you get older, if Africa is the way it is, with insecurity, with unemployment, your children are banished from Africa forever. I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
So you are indirectly banishing your children out of Africa. Because if you love your children and you want to leave a good legacy for your children, then rebuild Africa. If you rebuild Africa, your children and your great-grandchildren and your great-grandchildren will come back. Unless you want them to be banished forever from Africa, then the politicians and the wealthy Africans, you leave Africa the way it is. Because you would think you're cheating the public. You're not cheating the public. You're cheating your own generation. Because they will remain in the Western world and they will keep on suffering. So if you love them, fix Africa and bring them home. And then I will end this. I think we're almost done with the engineers. We have a lot of African engineers. I know we said it over and over. Even when we were young many years ago, we didn't have good electricity in Africa. But the Western world where you are, things keep on getting better every day. But our own, we keep on going backwards. So we are African engineers. All of you went to school. Why can't one of you sit down and think of what is going on with this electrical system that we have in Africa? I mean, people want to come back. You have the young ones, especially the young ones that live in diaspora. They have electricity 24 hours a day. I know some of your children want to return to Africa, but if the electricity is the way it is, many of them will not come back. So our engineers, I know the doctors are doing their best. We hear about them going on medical missions. Other, people in different professions are doing their best. African engineers, please step out. Look at the electrical system in Africa. I know many of you are focusing on computer, chasing money, computer. We need electric in Africa. Please, African engineers, put your heads together and revive the electrical system in Africa. And then you will see mass exodus from the Western world. Africans will start heading back to Africa. That's all we have, my friend. I don't know if you have more things to say.
The only thing I want to add, only one, is about because it goes with the same question: why Africans are heading out?
Okay.
Especially in Nigeria. The comment I want to make now, I don't know about other countries, right? So the gas scarcity, we call it petrol. So coming back, those that are outside, I remember there was a time I came back to go to the airport. There was nowhere to get petrol. We go, every gas station or petrol station you get to is closed. They don't have it. But people will be selling little one, at the corner. They call it black market. Government, what are you doing? How did the black market, when something is black, is dark? Why do they get gas or petrol? And the real gas station have no petrol. People, you will see car park on the way. because the gas is finished. The petrol, there's no petrol anywhere. And people cannot even utilize their generator. Like my friend said, people want to come home. There is what? No electricity. There is no electricity. And then you want to go buy gas or petrol to put in your generator. There is none. So government need to look into that. Who create the artificial or scarcity of petrol? Nigeria been over 50 years. So I think when a child is born, by the time that child get to a teenager, that child is grown, they can get a job. But now we are more than 50 years old and we are still backwards. 60 years, we are still backwards.
61.
When are we going? 70? 100? God forbid. Right now we need to, like my friend said, we are going back instead of going forward. So whatever that is dragging us back, let the government do it in your own term. Do it during your own regime so that people will remember you for something. It's not like when you leave office, you start criticizing others that get in. Please stop the status quo. The way it used to be need to stop. Make a difference. That's why people trust you and people put you there. Let things start working for better. We go outside the country and we see how it is.
Exactly.
And when you come back, you like to be richer than the whole nation. That's not a way to go. We have to be our brother's keeper. My dear.
Thank you. I think we're done actually.
Okay.
Once again, I know I said it before. Fix Africa. Not just for others, but for yourself and for your next generation.
That's right.
Because if you really, really and truly love your children, you have to fix Africa so that your children will come back. Because look at the wealthy people that we had in Africa many years ago. Look at the politicians that we had many years ago. All their children are gone.
Where are they?
I'm glad you used that word. They are gone. They're all in foreign lands.
You sure?
Yes.
I don't know where they are.
Some of them are in London, some are in Germany, some are in America.
Wow.
So most of the top politicians that we had before, or the wealthy Africans, their children have fled Africa. So if you want to bring your children back and your grandchildren back to Africa, once again, rebuild Africa so that they can start heading home. So that's our episode today. Thank you so much for being our viewer. So watch us next week at our Sweet Home Africa, where we usually bring some of the challenges that we're facing in Africa, and then we offer simple advice that we believe will help our people and help our government. So thank you for watching us. Subscribe,
and thank you so much and God bless you.
Thank you.
See you next week.